what up, dog? We back with another one, and boom, we up here with it today. And today's video is about conquering your fears, removing your fears, getting rid of your fears, moving away from your fears, moving past your fears. Because in our previous video, we learned how to remove that self-criticism. So now we are progressing slightly forward, and we are learning how to conquer our fears, because it is definitely going to be needed for our next video that we speak about. Um, so within learning how to conquer our fears, how to counter our fears, this too is another way we can use another exercise like how we did in our previous video with the negative self-talk. How to counter those fears with something positive, because again, we can too do the same exercise where we take 5 fears that we have and figure out how we can switch those to positives, how we can look at that from the opposite realm and spectrum of all things, because our fears are lack limiting. Like literally they keep us bound in just this one little square box when we are trying to move out into a broader horizon. And you don't want to just be stuck and stagnant in the same spot, repeating the same cycles over and over and over and over and over again, because you don't know how to get out of your head and how to remove those fears and how to better become one with yourself. You are so focused on all of the negative aspects that could go wrong, that could happen, that will happen, that might happen, that probably won't even happen. But once you go ahead and realize that you have the power and you have the gift to be able to shape your experience however you need be, however you see fit. Because I too have been in that predicament where I was so fearful to move and do things and try different things and connect with different people and stuff like that. I have moved past that, and it has projected me so much further than I could have ever had imagined how I could have ever experienced or thought that things would go. I was so focused on trying to do things by myself, and it was only getting me so far. And I had to learn how to move as a team, like, and how to incorporate others into the things that I was doing in order for me to succeed and move forward. So that was one fear-based thing for me. That was my biggest fear-based thing for me, actually. And another fear-based thing for me was I was trying to bring people along with me that did not see the vision how I seen it. They didn't see the other end of the spectrum. They didn't see how much bigger it was than just you or me or them or him or her. Like, the vision that I have is so much bigger than what anyone can see right now in this moment. And I am moving towards that. I am trying to connect and touch with souls who fear going to therapy, you know what I'm saying? Who fear doing the work. Like, so since, I know that there is a fear within a lot of communities out here, and a lot of people don't want to go out here and get the help. I'll bring the help to you. I'll show you the steps in which it takes, or what it even looks like within therapy, because I know a lot of people have this preset mindset on what therapy looks like or who should be going to therapy and stuff like that. But a lot of these things that I speak on every single day, I learned these things in therapy, and as well as from reading and being a religious person when I was, and diving into different religions and diving into different spiritual practices and things like that, just learning along my way. And I had to get out of that fear of, I never cared about people judging me, because people gonna judge you regardless, whether you're doing good or you're doing bad. But I had to get out of that fear of, trying to get people to see that there is so much more to life than being stuck in these fear-based mentalities, being stuck and held back. There is so much more to life than allowing your fears to manipulate your experience, allowing your fears to project onto you the what ifs, woulda, coulda, shouldas. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you step out on faith, because a lot of people are lacking that faith, like, once you step out of your fears, you are extremely moving on faith, like strictly moving on faith. Like that's all you are doing is moving on faith, but you are also moving on the fact that I know that things will work out for me. I know that this will happen. I know that there is a positive outcome for me. I know that everything is working for me in my highest good. Instead of using that fear based mentality where you feel like everything is working against you or everything is limiting you or everything is holding you back, the only thing that is doing that is yourself. You and your mindset is what is holding you back, what is keeping you stagnant, what is keeping you from projecting further and further in life. And it's simply because you are afraid to let go. You are afraid to let go, afraid to let go of toxic friends or family members or your brother who is constantly, depending on you and stuff like that. You are afraid to tell people no. You are afraid to, you know what I'm saying, step out here and put your all into, let's say, your business. Like you are afraid to stand on business. Like you are afraid of something. Like you are afraid of something that is holding you back and keeping you stagnant and keeping you in the same spot over and over and over again. And you aren't seeing any growth or changes. So figure out what those fears are right now. Like, I know people fear abandonment issues. Like they fear being alone. They fear, what I'm saying, not being loved. They fear not being successful. They fear, what I'm saying, not being able to pay their bills and stuff like that. Move past those fears and think about what could happen, what can happen, what will happen, what should happen, how you want things to happen. Think about those things. Once you start to focus more on those positive aspects, you are attracting them to you. Because again, this is an attraction game. Like I've spoke on this previous videos. Like it is an attraction game. What you put out is what you receive back. So if you are constantly putting out fears and negative aspects and this ain't gonna work or I can't do this or you know what I'm saying? One of my favorite uncles, he told me literally like can't should never be a part of your vocabulary. Ever. Ever. And to this day, I always speak on this, and that is a hard driven thing within me. Can't has never been a part of my vocabulary. Since he told me that, it ain't nothing in this world you can't do, P. Like, that's what he told me. And literally, to this day, there is nothing in this world I can't do. Can't do at all. Like, there was things that I didn't want to do, but I knew that I could do these things and it wasn't nothing to stop me from doing those things. So each and every day I continue to do whatever it is that I want to do. I receive the download, I do it because I know that it is not only profitable, but I know that it will help the greater cause, the greater mass, the greater people. Like each and every day I am dealing with different people who from different backgrounds who they have some type of healing that they need to do. And that is why they come to me. That is why they, aspire to want to know what I know and how they can fix XYZ or how they can move past XYZ. Like, I have been taking the necessary steps. I have stepped out on faith and truly been trying to gain the tools and the knowledge so that I can bring it to each and every one of you guys. Because again, I know that those fear-based things are there, and a lot of people do fear going out here and seeking the help for themselves, or do fear asking someone else for help, or do fear trying to understand why they think the way they do, why they move the way they do, why can't they get past XYZ that happened to them in their childhood and stuff like that. So that is what I'm here for, to help with those fear-based things. So if you are looking to further tap into your experience and your journey and elevate higher and higher, get at me. You know what I'm saying? I am here. You can ask me any questions. I may not have the answer. If I do have the answer, I got you. If I don't have the answer, we can find it together. Because again, this is a continuously learning game. Like, I am forever learning each and every single day. Like, there is not a day that goes by that I am not learning. And I'm just here to help. I'm here to help. And like I said, I know a lot of people out there, they fear going to therapy. They fear how they will be judged for going to therapy and stuff like that. I am an active member of being in therapy, and you know what I'm saying? I don't want to force it onto anybody. So instead of me forcing that onto people, this is what I have done. This is how it has helped me, and this is my gift to you. So tap in with me. Follow for more.